Hello and welcome to Trials of Arcane by Devious Studios. Here's just a quick rundown of the different tabs in the menu and their functions, the how to play, controls, and the fully functioning options menu. Once we press play, we're going to end up in the main hub area in which the player can choose between one of three different trials. Defeating each trial gives you the subsequent staff related to the trial, which we have Ice, Fire, and Lightning. We're going to go ahead and start off with Lightning here. We're going to go ahead and show off the way the death screen works, the blast zone. And here you can see when pressing restart, it brings the player back to the hub area. And the goal of this level is to acquire the lightning staff, and the caveat with this trial is a obstacle course with little mechanical spider enemies, a Tesla tower with lightning, and spinning cogs in order to get to the end of the level to achieve or to acquire the lightning staff. As you can see here, we picked up the lightning staff and we are able to go through the portal back to the hub area. Next, we are going to do the fire boss, which the caveat with this one is that in order to acquire the fire staff, the player has to defeat a fire boss. The boss is pretty straightforward. It has a simple fireball attack, a good amount of health. This is a little bit more of a difficult trial to start out with. I do recommend starting out with the lightning trial so you have a better weapon against the boss, as the starting staff is quite weak compared to this. And there you go. After you defeat the boss, there will be an audio cue to trigger the boss's defeat. The player will then be able to go through the gates and acquire the fire staff. Going back to the portal will bring you back to the hub area, and the final trial is the trial of ice. This trial's caveat is that the player must defeat all of the ice golems in order to unlock the gate and acquire the third and final staff, the ice staff. It is recommended that you use the fire staff on this level because the golems tend to have a very high amount of health for a standard enemy. However, the fire staff one-shots the golems, making the trial a lot easier on the player. It is the recommended strategy to try and get the fire staff before taking on this trial. There you go. After defeating all the ice golems, the player can now access the third and final staff, the ice staff. Heading back to the hub area, and to showcase the save features here, I will back out to the main menu, hit play game again, and as you can see here, the player has all of the staffs previously acquired. So, moving on to the end of the game, once the player has all three of the subsequent staffs, the player can head back to the gates in the hub area, and using the correct staffs and the correct doors will open each said door. And as you can see in the back, there is the final item the player needs to be able to beat the game. Grabbing that item will win the game, and it will end your run. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed our game, and I hope you can give it a try.